What's up, everybody? My name is Shannon and I am still waiting for my Satyr, and today we are talking about Star Wars Aftermath by Chuck Wendig. So for those of you guys who don't know, this is the first book in the Aftermath trilogy, and these books are kind of meant to bridge the gap between what happened at the end of Return of the Jedi to where we are at in The Force Awakens. And let me tell you, this is a very interesting time period because the war wasn't over. In fact, the war was far from over, and we're in this like weird transitionary period where the New Republic isn't established yet. We still have remnants of the Empire around, and we're really seeing like all of the grayness that this war is kind of creating, and that is all really, really cool. I'm super into that, and I think it's all gonna have like a really big impact when considering like the sequel trilogy, where we're going, where we're at in the time period, all that kind of fun stuff. But I will say, this book is almost impossible to read because it is so complicated. There are so many characters, there is so much going on. I can't even remember everybody's name. I can't even remember how they're all connected to each other because there's just way too much. And not only are we jumping around from like all of these different characters, but we also jump around a little bit in the timeline, and we jump around to different planets, and there's just so much in this book that it's just like a giant info dump and this overload. It took me 2 times to get through this book. I started it once last year and I had to drop it because I just couldn't do it. And this time around I was determined to actually get through it, and I read it, and even then I had to go through and read the summary on Wikipedia because there is just so much going on. There are so many threads that get introduced, and I'm sure that they're all going to come together some way. This is a trilogy. I'm sure it's all going to be like have a satisfying end, all that kind of stuff, but this book is a steep hill to climb. There is a huge learning curve here because there is just so much that you have to keep track of, and to me it's just way too much. And it's not even necessarily like, you know, I have that preference where I prefer character-driven emotional novels over the world building, but that's not even it. Like, this book is supposed to be really world building. Like, that's what you want. You want to build onto the world and the time period, that kind of stuff. But there is just so much piled onto it. There's way too much going on here. Like, I honestly think that this book needed another crack at editing, or it needed to be split up into several books or like several comics or something, because it's just, again, it's just way too much. I have heard that the rest of the books in this series do get better. I've actually known people to skip this one entirely, like they've just read the summary and they skip straight to the other books. So I'm hoping that the series will get a little bit better because I am really interested in it. I am interested in a few of these characters, but right now nothing has really grabbed me other than the time period. And to learn more about the time period, I could easily look that stuff up instead of slogging through a book. So would I recommend it? I'm not entirely sure yet. I don't think I'll know until I've read the rest of the series. I do know that if you're planning to read this book, just be prepared. There's so much here. There are a lot of characters, there are a lot of plots, there's a lot of planets, there's a lot of names. It's a lot to keep up with, so just be prepared going into that. But thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you liked it, be sure to hit that like button down below, and don't forget to subscribe so you can talk books with me every week. That is everything I got for you today, and I will see you guys next time.